Good morning. Oh my goodness, it's such a beautiful day. The temperature is just right, and I am so happy to be joining you this morning for our read time with baby. Now, I know there have been lots and lots of storms around the world, and I pray that the people in the Caribbean and Mexico are okay and that families have more time to spend together. I pray that your books were not destroyed. I mean, even above and beyond, I pray that your family is safe. And so we can meet this morning together to read a book, to have fun around the book, to bond around the book, and to be happy around the book. Today we are looking at the letter H. H, uppercase H, and lowercase h. The letter H says like in happy and hot, and what we are experiencing around the world, hurricanes. Yes, and because it's summer, a lot of us end up using hats. This is a hat. H is for hat. And like I always say in two, I look for ways that I can find things around my house to be able to share what the letter H stands for. This is a hammer. You may have a hammer in your house, or even a toy hammer. This is a hammer that an adult would use. You may have toy hammers. And then this is a hydrating, it's called a hydrator. This is a hydrator for my male people after they have done their shaving. It hydrates the face. The hydrator. And then this is the hydrating gel that I use. So it's around my house. The hydrating gel. There it is. The hydrating gel that starts with a H. And then my last hydrator is my hydrating lotion. My hydrating moisturizer, I should say. My hydrating moisturizer. So find things around your house that you can share. Now let's see if we can do this together. I have an online book this morning, and I am trying to see if I can share my screen, but it doesn't look possible. So allow me to read from this online book. This online book is from Free Books for Children. So if you go online and you type in free children's books, you'll find a site that says Monkey Pen, and you can just download books that you can read with your child. You know, these days everything is online. So go ahead, if you don't have the physical books, read from a book online. And even if you have the physical book, mix it up and do some books online. So we are reading today. Our book is entitled, can you guess? It has to start with an H. Hector the Hermit Crab. So we have two H's in our title here. Hector the Hermit Crab. And that's what we're going to read about today. It's written by T. Albert and illustrated by Male Illustrations.com. Hector the Hermit Crab. Let's see what our book is about. Hector the Hermit Crab. As Hector the Hermit Crab crawled along the sandy shallows of the lagoon, he noticed a strange shadow from across the small hills and valleys of the sand. It got bigger and bigger and bigger. What a catch! Larry yelled to the others in the boat. We now have over 100 hermit crabs 50 starfish, and who knows how many snails to sell to the pet shop. Let's go and deliver our precious cargo. About 1 week later, Tammy and Jimmy were shopping with their mom at a new plaza that had just opened in their town. It was a nice plaza and built just across the street from a small beach, a lagoon, and the big blue beautiful ocean. They liked to shop with their mom, but today was different. All of the stores were new and their mom was shopping for a special gift and had told them they couldn't buy anything. They weren't bored, but they were definitely not happy. Jimmy mumbled as they walked across shoe store. Oh, look, across another shoe store. Oh, look, more dresses, pots and pans. Just what I need. Jimmy, Tammy said, it's hard enough as it is without listening to you complain. I don't like being here any more than you. But you don't hear me grumbling. What are you doing now? Jimmy asked. Their mom smiled and just kept on walking through the maze of stores. We're almost there, she said. Almost where? Asked Tammy. Almost at another shoe store? Blurted Jimmy. Actually, their mother said, I was thinking of the new pet shop. It's supposed to be the best in the area. It has a giant aquarium with all kinds of fish, even a shark. There are birds, dogs, cats, lizards, and more. It's almost like a zoo. I thought you two could spend some time there while I got the special gift. Okay. Well, this changed everything. Tammy and Jimmy were now excited and couldn't wait to get to the pet shop. As they went around the next corner, there it was, a huge door with a giant sign, the Amazing Animal Emporium. As they walked through the door, they couldn't believe their eyes. There, right in the middle of the store, was an aquarium that was bigger than any swimming pool they had ever seen. They walked around and peeked into the water and saw all sorts of creatures. Look at that, all the clownfish, Tammy said. Well, they better swim fast. Look at that shark, Jimmy replied. Oh, they were amazed. They seemed to be every type of fish and sea creature right in the middle of the store. This is truly an amazing pet shop. Let's see what else is here, yelled Jimmy as he walked off to explore. They were amazed at the animals that were for sale, and each type of animal had its own room. The door with the sign slitters had all sorts of snakes. The pond had frogs and toads and giant dragonflies. Archie Nolan's had spiders, and Chirps had hundreds of different birds. There were rooms for cats and dogs and hogs and more. I wonder what's the little critters, Tammy said. What's in little critters, Tammy said. There's only one way to find out, Jimmy replied as they walked in together. As they looked at all the small and sometimes unusual animals, they were amazed that people had these as pets. There were mice, chipmunks, moles, starfish, snails, clams, beetles, and all things small. Look at this, squealed Tammy. A hermit crab. Hermit. H is for hermit. Cool, replied Jimmy. Although the crab didn't do much, they watched with fascination at it as it crawled over the sand and rocks. Once in a while, it would start to come out of its shell and then quickly pop back in and cover its face with its giant claw. He's looking for a new and bigger shell for his home. Home? starts with H, said his mother. I'm glad I was able to find you two. This place is, this place. It is big. Okay, Tammy looked at the crab and said, "Bye, Hector. We'll miss you." Jimmy waved to him and turned to walk away. As the three were leaving, they heard a tapping on the glass. "I don't believe this," said their mom. "That crab is saying goodbye to you too. I guess we'll just have to buy him and have a new pet." Now the fun began. They had the salesperson get Hector, since Tammy already named him, and put him into a box. They bought him a new cage, hermit crab bedding, several shells, a swimming pool, water dish, special food, some rocks, and everything Hector needed. Hector, H is for Hector, to be at home, H is for home, in their home. Tammy and Jimmy took excellent care of Hector, and their mom was happy, H is for happy, to see that they were so responsible with their little friend. But as time passed, Hector seemed to be less and less happy. After all, no matter how nice his human, H is for human, friends were, he didn't have any friends of his own kind. Hector missed his family and the open spaces of the lagoon that he was accustomed to. What do you think they're going to do? Tammy and Jimmy, what are they going to do? So one morning, Tammy and Jimmy decided that although Hector was a good pet, he deserved things they couldn't give him. "Mom," Tammy asked from across the room, "can we let Hector go?" "Don't you like him anymore?" she inquired. "Of course we do," said Jimmy, "but he isn't happy here, and setting him free would be the best for him." Their mom thought. Tammy and Jimmy are very unselfish and very smart. I am so proud of them. Later that day, their mother took Tammy and Jimmy, Hector, and all of Hector's things to the lagoon across from the plaza. Tammy carefully took Hector from his cave and cage and placed him in the sand next to the shallows. Jimmy put his swimming pool and rocks in the sand, and their mom placed his food dish securely between two rocks. As they left with the empty cage, they thought they heard a faint flapping on a rock. They turned to see Hector and several other hermit crabs slowly crawling into the shallows. This is a true act of love. It's ensuring that everyone is happy. Did you like that book? That's a fun book. Again, it's summertime. It's a great time to go outdoors and explore. Look for hermit crabs. Hermit crabs. H for hermit crabs. Hermit, rather. And explore what it's really like. And then set it free like Jimmy and Tammy did. H says, H says, and H objects in your environment, your hat, a hammer, your house, your hydrating gel, your hydrating moisturizer, and your hydrator. Oh my goodness, didn't we have fun together today? I love that story. Did you like that story? Find other ways to share reading with your baby, with your children. Today's book was for an older child between the ages of 4 and 8. But I know you can find little books that the little hands and little minds can grasp. The plan is to read. Open a world of learning for your child through reading. This is Dr. Yonit, thanking you for joining me today and looking forward to seeing you next week.